Hey guys, what's going on? In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to design a puffer jacket inside Procreate. I'm going to have timestamps available in the description so you can skip to the exact step that you want to go to. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to add textures and shadows to liven up the mockup and give it depth. And I'm going to do a little twist. It's going to be a Bape camo puffer. I drew inspiration from the new NBA YoungBoy X Bape collaboration with Complex. They didn't have a puffer and I just wanted to just throw my own twist on it. So yeah, here we go. Let's get into this video. We're not gonna waste no time. All right, let's get it. You can find the brushes that I used to make this puffer in the link in the description. It's a mockup pack. It has a whole bunch of mockups and brushes available that you guys can use to make the same mockups that I make. Okay, so when starting this design, you're gonna hit that wrench icon for the settings, and then you're gonna hit canvas, and then you're gonna hit drawing guide. You're gonna turn that on, and then after that, push edit drawing guide, and then move that slider all the way to symmetry, and it should automatically put it in the middle. And that's how you set up that drawing assist to where anything you do on the left side will appear on the right. So after I set up my drawing assist, I duplicate my mockup 3 times. Bottom layer is the color, second layer is the blur, and the first layer is the top outline, right? So now I'm gonna go ahead and fill in color. I'm not gonna make it too dark. I'm gonna fill in on the bottom layer. Now, if that ever happens when you drop in the color and it fills in the whole screen, drag your color, hover it over your object, so then it will bring up the threshold. Then slide your finger or pen to the left and it will decrease the threshold of that color. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and add in our shadows. So before you do that, make another layer above your color layer, turn on drawing assist, and put on clipping mask. You can go ahead and use the soft brush option. It's a default brush. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna put shadows where it makes sense, okay, like here. And then I'm also gonna put shadows on the seams of the jacket on the sleeves. You see me put shadows on the seams on the inside or the front of the jacket, but I have different plans for that and I'm going to show you guys later on in the video. Okay, so once you have your shadows, now you're going to hit that magic wand and then you're going to hit Gaussian blur. So now we're just going to drag that line until we reach a good look. I like this look right here. It's softer. You see the edges are softer and it looks like the shadows, adding the depth to it. And so now you see me go to the second outline layer, and I'm also gonna blur that as well. That gives it also a shadow effect and adding just more dimension to the mockup as well. You're gonna see me here renaming all my layers. So the layers that I just added that Gaussian blur to, that second outline layer, is now called blur. So right underneath the top outline, that's where I added that Gaussian blur onto. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, please don't forget to drop a like, a comment, and please subscribe. If there are any videos in particular that you guys want to make, please just drop a comment and let me know. Alright, so now you're going to go ahead and add another layer on top of your color layer. Turn on drawing assist and clipping mask. And now you're going to add in your jacket texture if you have my mockup pack. Select that brush and go ahead and fill in your mockup. Okay, so now add another layer, and this time we're going to select jacket wrinkles, and we're going to go over the seams of the puffer jacket, right? Make sure to turn on your drawing assistant clipping mask on that new layer, and then go ahead and add in those jacket wrinkles. That's going to help bring it more to life, make it more interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, these little things, these subtle details just really just take a mock-up to a whole nother level, and they just make them so much more interesting to look at. So go ahead and add it in. You see how I added them in the seams, and after we're gonna like smooth them out a little bit, and you'll see what I mean in just a little bit. Okay, so now you'll see me play around with some settings. I just lower the opacity just a little bit. I'm just playing around, seeing what feels right. And that's another thing you guys are gonna do. Play around with the settings, you know what I'm saying? Don't just be so rigid. Play around, see what looks good, play with the blending modes and the opacity to really sell that effect. But now I'm showing you guys the depth that's being created. I was turning on and off that shadow layer, and you can see how when I turn it on, it just adds so much more dimension to the mock-up. It makes it a lot more interesting, right? And so now I import my Bape camo pattern right here, and then you're gonna see me duplicate it. I duplicate it so then I can have separate positioning for the sleeves, right? So I want the pattern to look different on the left sleeve and the right sleeve, because I don't want the camo to be all just one thing. I just want there to be some differentiation in the mock-up. You'll see what I mean. Always remember to label and rename your layers. Okay, so now you see I'm just trying to find a good placement for where I want the camo to be on the sleeve. And once I find that, I turn on mask, and then I go and use the syrup brush. That is also a default brush that you can use, but this is non-destructive editing. So when I get rid of the excess parts that I don't want on here, it's not gonna fully erase the image, it's just gonna put a mask on. So if I make a mistake, I can bring it back by switching the brush color to white. I'll go into that whole thing in another video, but in here you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, okay, so now you see me just cleaning up the lines, any excess stuff. I'm just getting rid of that and cleaning it up. Okay, and once I finish that up, I'm going to do the same thing on the right side of the sleeve as well. Okay, so then I go ahead and I duplicate the layer and bring it to that other side. Once again, just remember to label your layers, because it'll help you at some point if you want to make some edits and you got all these layers you didn't rename. It's a pain in the, you know, but yeah, just be conscious of that. All right, so now I'm shaping it, giving a quick shape up, positioning, seeing what I like, and yeah. All right, just like on the left side, hit it with that mask, get that brush to black, and then just erase, or not erase, but get rid of all the excess parts that you don't need. You see me get rid of it, and then you see me clean it up at the same time. And yeah, all right, so now that the camo is complete, we're gonna put our texture on top of the camo to sell that effect. How that's looking, y'all? That's looking tough, right? Feel me? Yep, put our shadows over top of that and just sell it. Yeah, I just take a quick zoom in just to look at how everything's looking, to get an up close view. Yup, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Yes, sir. I'm liking that. Okay, so the next thing we are doing is we're gonna combine the camos all into one layer, because I'm done with it. I made the changes that I needed, so I don't want to have all these layers, right? I don't want to see all that on my screen. Feel me? It's too much. So I just combine into one and name it camo. All right, and now I'll just try to find ways where I can just increase that shadow effect, give more dimension to it. And I'm just playing around with a couple settings just to really bring it to life. You know, everything I'm doing is really just trying to just level that mock-up up and just really sell it, bro. Feel me? Sell that drawing. All right, so yeah, now I'm going to add another layer, and I'm going to add some extra texture to it just to give it some irregular shadows. So I'm going to add another layer, and I'm going to use my denim texture brush on this. But when I use this, I'm going to use Gaussian blur on it, so it gets rid of that pattern, but it'll still retain those dark and gray spots. And from there, I'll use them. I'll play around with the blending modes to get an effect that I'm looking for. So yeah, this goes back to what I was saying earlier. Play around with the blending modes, see what fits the mockup best, look at what works, what doesn't. Right now, you see I'm showing y'all real time my process, right? So just take a look at what's working, what's not working, and you'll see me. I'll skip to the decision that I make in a few seconds, but just to show y'all see me doing this, y'all do the same too. Just look at all the blend modes and see what best fits the mockup. I ended up going with soft light, and you see right here, instead of overlay, with that denim texture, right? I feel like it adds just more shadows on there to really sell it. Okay, so now with this, you see that there are a few highlights that I place on the jacket. Unfortunately, I didn't record that part, but basically all you need is just get the syrup brush, add another layer, clipping mask, drawing assist, make some little streaks where it makes sense on the jacket, and then go ahead and add a Gaussian blur on it. It's going to give it that soft edge, and it's just little subtle stuff like that that just add to the mockup. In this case, a puffer jacket, because you know, you look at a jacket sometimes and it'll have some light hitting off of it, right? So just a little subtle details. Okay, so now we're adding our zippers to it. So you're just gonna go ahead, get your zipper brush, align it. Right now I'm just trying to make it make sense to the edges of that spot where the zipper would be on my mockup. So I distort it, make it a little bigger, check the bottom part. Once I find that size is where I like it, then I'm going to turn on the drawing assist on that zipper layer. I'm going to rename it, obviously, and then I'm just going to erase each side so then it just makes sense on the jacket. I believe I skipped that part because it's super tedious, but yeah. And then I add in my shadow underneath, give it like a little drop shadow, not too far down, but just slightly. It's about to die. But just slightly, I bring it down, and I add a Gaussian blur just to sell that shadow. Everything, you know, you gotta sell everything, feel me, right? So yeah, add a little bit of Gaussian blur just to sell that, and then you see me here, I'll start erasing any excess stuff that I have. Alright guys, so now I'm going to show you guys how I made the custom Bape zipper. We are in Photoshop, and I imported the logo. Right now I'm just showing you guys my settings on Photoshop. I'm just making sure that it's properly cut out, and just going to show you guys my settings on here. Convert the cut out logo into a smart object. It helps with putting these effects on there. But I have my settings right here. Just copy my settings, right? Pause the video, copy my settings. This will give it that bevel effect, right? And then I add a color overlay, make it like a silver metal. Here's the hex code that I use. Once again, pause the video if you would like that. All right, and then now I'm going to make it a smart object again, right? And once I do that, I'm going to add a layer, and then I'm going to make it a clipping mask. On the Mac it is Option and then click, but on Windows it's Option left click. So I have some brushes on the Photoshop as well. It's like a grunge brush, but I just place some on here on the logo, and I'm really trying to make that metal texture, right? And you're gonna see how I do that. So I changed the blending mode to something lighter, right? I put it on divide, and then once I do that, I'm gonna add in motion blur on there. So you want to go to filter and then blur and then motion blur, okay? And then take a look here. The angle is the direction that the blur is going. So I have it here because I want to go vertically. And then the distance is how far it will stretch the object, right? So the higher the number, the more it'll stretch it out and really give that metal effect right there. Wonderful. Look at that. Crazy. That drawing good. Yeah. Okay, yeah, and I just zoom in just to show you guys the effect that you can achieve. So now we're gonna go back to Procreate, right? And then I made the zipper. I'll probably show you guys how to do that. I ended up changing the colors as well of the zipper stems, and now I'm just placing the zipper on there, guys. We are almost done. We're just adding some finishing touches. That was for me playing around with it, but now this is going to be the shadow of the zipper, so we're just going to go ahead and rename that. Okay, and so now we're going to go to the zipper shadow, and then we're going to go to the magic wand, and we're going to go to hue, saturation, and brightness, and we're going to bring the brightness slider to the black side, and then we're going to add Gaussian blur. That's going to give it that drop shadow. After that, we're just going to bring it down. I'm going to see what works. Make it a little bit more blurry. Okay, that's too wide. Okay. But yeah, guys, that is it. That is the Bape Camo Puffer Zip Up. If you guys like the video, don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe, guys. I'm going to add a little star on there just to, or not really a star, but like a little shine, you know, like light hitting the zipper or something. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the tutorial, please drop a like and a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see. I appreciate all the love. Y'all been showing mad love on this channel, and I really genuinely appreciate every single one of you guys. Just thank you. Y'all have a blessed day. God bless y'all. And this is the final result. If you guys make this, send it to me on my Instagram at angel.wusu. I want to see what you guys come up with. All right, peace.